mindset is that the hill Shankaracharya in the middle of Srinagar city is now named Takht-e-Suleiman. The hill that has Sharika temple, to which Dr. Farooq Nazki claimed that his ancestor 14 generations ago was the caretaker, has been named Kohemaran. The temple where I mentioned about the Panchang, the Saptarishi Samvat, where all the Jyotishis of our community used to gather on the Varsh Pratipada, which is the first day of the year, to compare their Panchangs with each other. That place was called Vicharnag because they would exchange ideas and fine-tune their time calculations in order to arrive at an almanac which was with consensus. That Vicharnag is named Firdaus. The place which was Gaukadal connected Ganpatyar with another locality called Mysoma in the middle of Srinagar. Mysoma incidentally is called Gaza Strip because this Gandhian with guns called Yasin Malik lives there. That bridge is called Gaukadal. It has been renamed Madina Chowk. And lo and behold, Srinagar is referred to now as Sheher-e-Khas. In conversations, in writings, in mails. So what are we trying to do? What has come upon us? And in this context, you have to understand, what is this Azadi? I ask, what is about Indian Constitution that you hate? Tell us, we will replace it for our common good. We will move the parliament to amend that law. After all, there have been 100 amendments to the Constitution. No, sir, no suggestion. What is your demand that will make you more free, will liberate you? No, sir, no demand. Azadi ka matlab kya? La ilaha illallah. Pakistan se rishta kya? La ilaha illallah. This is the content of this agitation. Must do the content analysis. Kashmir was never part of India. That's what they say. Try engaging them in a debate. Have you studied history? Where are you saying this from? Illiterate school dropouts make these assertions. What do? Indian Constitution is to a fault most liberal, most permissive document where from Article 25 to 30 actually deprive the majority population of privileges that are given only to minorities. That's why I say to a fault. No, sir. We don't want to live under Indian Constitution. Fine, but you already have your own constitution. Incidentally, Kashmir has its own constitution. I hope some of you know this. That constitution was given to Kashmir by its own constituent assembly in 1956, good 6 years after India gave itself a constitution. Now, 6 years later, I thought they had an opportunity to improve upon Indian Constitution, add some more features in order to make it even more desirable. But what did they do? There is no mention of fundamental rights in Kashmir Constitution. None. There is no mention of the word minority in the Constitution of Kashmir. So I must tell you, Kashmir Valley today has 99% Muslims. And they are a minority. As per Indian Constitution, they get all the benefits. And we, a single-digit minority in Kashmir Valley, were majority who were discriminated against and chased out because even that small minority could not be tolerated. And why it couldn't be tolerated? I'll tell you. We, this minority in Kashmir, did not stay in ghettos. We were in every mohalla, every city, every district headquarter, every district, every village of Kashmir. Even if we lived as minority of one household surrounded by scores of non-Muslim households, we lived there. If in some villages as an exception we did not exist, we reached there because we were part of either post and telegraph or telephone, or we were school teachers, or we were part of the primary health center. Some reason we had access to the village and the population if we not lived there. So we knew every square inch of the valley by the back of our hands, and we were patriots. So if you had to create a movement of secessionism from India, you could not afford to have people who could be considered as eyes and ears of India. So the first thing you had, who knew the language, who knew the terrain, who knew the troublemakers, who knew who was up to what, and therefore could become a great deterrent. So we were killed in a targeted manner. The icons of our society were targeted, killed in marketplaces, thoroughfares, in their homes with impunity. Justice Neelkant Ganju was killed, a retired man in his 70s. Professor Sarvanand Kaul Premi was killed right in the middle of his brows where he used to make a tilak. This scholar of Sanskrit had translated Quran into Sanskrit. He was a scholar of Persian and Sanskrit both. And he used to keep that copy of translated Quran in Sanskrit at the place of his worship. So he decided not to leave. They came to his house. They said, we have to discuss few things with him. His son said, I will come along. They said, okay, your wish. The family never saw both of them. 3 days later, the bodies were found. And he was shot right here at the forehead where he wore his tilak, Chandan tilak. Lassa Kaul, Hridaynath Vanchu, Balkrishan Ganju, Pandit Tiklal Taplu. The list is endless.